If you're looking for a dog trainer in Rochester Hills, you're in the right place. Finding a good one can really be the difference maker in building a great partnership with your dog and just enjoying everything this community has to offer. Picture it. You're walking the Paint Creek Trail on a perfect day, and your dog is just trotting along calmly beside you. No pulling, no craziness. That's what good training does. It makes those simple, wonderful moments possible for you and everyone around you. All right, here's our plan. First, we'll talk about what good training actually is. Then, we'll cover how to spot a real pro by checking credentials and asking the right questions. After that, we'll get into the different training formats and what they cost locally, touch on some Rochester Hills rules every dog owner should know, and finish up with some awesome local spots to practice. Okay, let's start with the foundation. We need to be on the same page about what modern, effective dog training actually is. Understanding this is key to making a good choice. The method you want to look for is called positive reinforcement. It's pretty simple, really. When your dog does something you like, you reward them for it. Maybe with a treat, a good boy, or a quick game of tug. It makes learning fun for them and builds a really solid, trusting relationship. So you've got two very different paths. On one side, you have reward-based training. This gets you a dog that wants to listen and build skills that stick. On the other side, you have methods that use fear, pain, or intimidation. You'll want to avoid those completely. They can actually make behavior problems worse and really break the trust between you and your dog. People usually look for a trainer for one of a few reasons. There's basic obedience, sit, stay, come, walking nicely on a leash. Then there's puppy training, which is all about getting a young dog started right with socialization and house training. And sometimes you need help with tougher stuff like fear or reactivity, and that falls under behavior modification. So now we know what to look for in a training method, but how you find a trainer who actually uses it well. Let's talk about how to spot a real professional. This is a big one. The dog training industry isn't regulated by the state, so it really falls on you, the owner, to do your homework. So what exactly are you looking for? Well, certifications are a great place to start. Seeing these letters after a trainer's name tells you they've invested in their education. They've had to pass exams and prove their skills. A CBDTKA, for instance, has passed a comprehensive knowledge-based test, while a specialist, like a CBCCKA, has deep expertise in handling complex behavior issues. When you find a trainer you're interested in, have these 5 questions handy. You'll want to ask them about their philosophy, make sure it's all about positive reinforcement, ask what certifications they hold, ask how they'll create a plan just for your dog, how you'll both know you're making progress, and, of course, get a clear breakdown of all the costs up front. All right, let's talk logistics. We'll look at the different types of training programs available and what you can expect to pay for them right here in the Rochester Hills area. Your 2 main options are usually group classes or private sessions. Group classes are wonderful for learning basic manners and teaching your dog to focus when other dogs and people are around. Private sessions are better for tackling issues that happen at home, like your dog bolting out the front door or surfing the kitchen counters for snacks. To give you an idea of what to budget, here are some typical costs in our area. A 6-week puppy or basic obedience class generally falls somewhere between $175 and $350. For a single private lesson, you're looking at about $100 to $180. And then, more intensive programs like a board and train are a much bigger financial commitment. Being a responsible dog owner also means knowing the local rules. So let's quickly cover the key things you need to know to be a good canine citizen in Rochester Hills. This one is simple but really important. In all public areas, that means parks, trails, sidewalks, your dog has to be on a leash and under your control, unless you're in a clearly marked off-leash park. A standard 6-foot leash is usually your best bet. This is a Michigan law, so it applies everywhere. Your dog needs to have a current rabies vaccination, and you have to keep that rabies tag on their collar at all times. It's a key public health and safety rule. It's also good to know that Michigan doesn't require a special license just for dog trainers, which is why checking for those professional certifications is so crucial. They do need a regular business license, though, and if they offer board and train services, their facility absolutely must have a state kennel license. Okay, the best part of training is getting to use those new skills out in the real world. So let's wrap up with some great local places where you can practice and show off all your hard work. Each of these spots is perfect for something specific. Bloomer Park's dog park is a safe, fenced-in area to work on your dog's recall. The wide paths at Rochester Municipal Park are ideal for practicing loose leash walking. The Pink Greek Trail, with its bikes and other people, is a fantastic challenge for your dog's focus. And the trails on the OU campus are great for practicing calm behavior around lots of different people. At the end of the day, putting in the effort with a good trainer just makes everything better. We hope this helps you on your training journey. Having that well-behaved dog by your side makes every walk, every guest you have over, and every trip around town so much more relaxing and fun for absolutely everyone.